I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
it's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Really?
Sorry.
Okay.
Why is she crying? I don't understand that cry part. I'm confused. I guess everybody got feelings, right?
I think I was you know when I talked to you last, like I was not nervous. It was like the day before, I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. But it was good. It was more, I guess the interactions when like, I'd have to stop them early and like, you'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like they didn't, like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
And that's what's making you feel emotional, is that maybe you think you didn't give some guys a good enough time today?
Yeah, and it's hard, I think, having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not going to make me finish? I've come all this way. Like, kind of like guilt tripping me a little bit. I felt bad, like some people just travel so far, like I didn't want to give them a shit time and like come away from this and be like, oh, that was shit. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like,
That's your body rejecting the trauma of all of these soul ties and these different people that are dropping spirits in you. And then she got the nerve to sit here and say that she's sad because people traveled. I mean, I guess her customer service is top notch, but the fact that this is normalized in our society and our culture, for you to sleep with 100 guys in 24 hours, and you basically got guys driving from all over, from very, very far, to basically do 2 minutes apiece, that's crazy. All right, while we also holding her accountable, let's also hold the guys accountable that is participating in this. Number one, any guy that's participating in this, that's wild.
if I didn't have the videos,
I just
wouldn't
don't
have known I've done
understand
100, you know.
I don't understand it.
But yeah, I think that was kind of the hard part,
She
is
don't
like
even remember you.
conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah, and obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
I don't think she is.
Not yet. God, I won't forget this day, Jesus.
When I decided to start making this documentary,
100 guys in 24 hours. Let me say that again. 100 guys in 24 hours. That is insane. And the fact that you got to cry afterwards makes it even worse, because what that's basically telling me is that your body and you, the reality of it is that you are basically rejecting. Was it 1,000 men or was it 100? I guess she did 100, but she vowed to sleep with 1,000 men in just 24 hours. Yo, this is insane, bro. This is absolutely insane. So she shocked the world after revealing that she had basically been buzzed down by 100 men in one night, and that her next goal was to bed 1,000 men in 24 hours. And then had the nerve to warn other people by basically saying that, honestly, I think doing something that extreme can be a form of self-harm, even if people don't always see it that way. It feels like it could come from a deeper emotional place, whether it's the need for attention, validation, or just trying to stand out in such a competitive space like the site that she's on. And obviously, you know, the site that she's on, she says she currently earns 7 figures on that site. 7 figures. Jesus. And fears that behavior can encourage other models to go to extreme lengths to create content. It also sends a message to others in the industry that pushing yourself to dangerous extremes is normal, and that's just not okay. But she doing it though. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. So the video of her reacting was basically just her just saying, hey, listen, I just slept with 100 guys in the same night, but I'm looking to do 1,000 guys in 24 hours for my next stunt. Yo, I don't understand it. It's almost like we're devolving into being the worst. And when I say the worst, the absolute worst culturally ever in history. And I'm just not sure how much further that we can take it before we just, you know what I'm saying, break the internet. It's almost like nothing is a surprise anymore. I remember when it was a big deal. I mean, obviously we know that it was all a stunt and it was released on its own. But at the time, it was a big deal when Kim Kardashian had released the tape, and people told me that it was trash. I never actually watched it. And then I remember when Paris Hilton had released a tape, and it was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is crazy. Now it's just normalized to where it's pretty rare to see a person that presents themselves a certain way on the internet, and they're not actually some kind of site star that's ultimately promoting themselves on any of those fan pages. It's insane. It's crazy. I don't want to participate in the culture. I was even reluctant to react to this video, but it's such a reality check. And I think that also we have to speak to it from our lens because there's so many people operating in an echo chamber that only see it one way. And again, shame on the dudes that decide that they wanted to be 99th and 100 and 57th and 46th and 35 and 23. It's insane to me. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then teach Henley 40% off your first order and then 20% off for life. I want to know what y'all think about this whole situation. If you think this makes sense or goes against our cultural norm. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.